Hey everyone, today I'm going to give you 10 reasons why you might not be hitting your protein target. First one, calorie restriction. When you restrict your calories, even though it might be from carb sources and fat sources, some of those foods contain protein too. This means that when you're having meals, to keep your protein intake up, you will actually have to start eating more lean sources of proteins. 2. Poor quality food sources. If your diet consists of not a lot of meat, it lacks dairy, you don't supplement protein, and you have a lot of fattier cuts of meat, you're probably going to have a hard time getting enough protein in. When you're on a weight loss diet and you're eating less carbs and fats, some of these foods have small amounts of protein in them too. So when you start eating less of these foods, you'll actually be eating less protein in total as well. This means you'll actually have to have more focus on eating the better quality sources of protein, which is your typical lean meats such as chicken, turkey, white fish, more dairy products that are lower in fat such as hard cheeses, Greek yogurt, maybe semi-skimmed or skim milk. That's just something to think about. But if you eat big enough portions of these things, you should be able to get enough protein in your diet. 3. You're not eating enough meals. So if you're eating 2 or 3 meals a day and your protein target's say 180 gram a day, over 3 meals that means you need to have 60 gram of protein per meal. Now I know for a fact in my breakfast I don't have 60 gram of protein. Rather than having 3 meals of 60 gram of protein per meal to hit your target, why don't you try 5 meals? 30 gram, 40, 40, 40, 30. It's much easier to hit per meal. 4. You are too focused on trying to get 30 gram of protein per meal. There's a myth that you need to hit 30 gram of protein per meal. If you have more than that, the protein is wasted. That is not true. Protein does get used for other things in your body, not just boosting protein synthesis in the muscle. 30 gram is just a rough number as well. Some people might require more, some people might require less. The most important thing is hitting your total protein intake. So if this is limiting you from hitting your protein goal, maybe think about having more per meal or start having more meals per day. 5. Your breakfast lacks protein. Most breakfasts that people have would be eggs, toast, cereal, spreads. None of these things are really high in protein. Eggs could be, but you might need to eat 6 or 7 eggs to get a decent amount of protein, which comes with a lot of fat as well. Most of the protein that comes with your breakfast would be from milk, and that would be just a splash in your cereal or your tea or coffee. So what you should think about doing is adding more foods that are higher in protein to give you a better start to the day and save you trying to get more protein in later meals in the day. 6. High protein foods. So these foods, there's been a lot of them around recently, and they include cereals, protein bars, flapjacks, all that sort of nonsense. Now if you actually read the labels and compare it to the original packaging of the non-high protein versions, you'll actually find that they might even have per portion as much as 2 gram of protein more, which isn't high protein, is it? Don't start eating these foods thinking they're boosting your protein. Read the labels and be smart. Maybe focus more on good quality protein sources like I mentioned before. 7. Relying on ready meals to be balanced. So if you've ever went for a meal deal or got a ready meal that might be healthy, you'll probably find that they'll have maybe between 20 and 30 gram of protein per meal, maybe closer to 40 if you're lucky. A lot of these meals might be high in calories also. That's the other issue. If you're on a low calorie diet, these low calorie options are probably not even going to be high in protein. Now they all look nice, they might have a lot of vegetables and things, but the object here is to get more protein in your diet. Don't be fooled. 8. Avoiding food groups or even just foods. So a lot of foods are really good and they're going to be really helpful, such as the lean meats, low fat dairy and things like that. But if you start deciding that you don't want to eat these foods for any reason when you're trying to cut calories and keep your protein high, you're probably going to find it really difficult to keep your protein up. If you're vegetarian or vegan, that's understandable, but just know that it's going to make it difficult. You should maybe think about supplementing some soy protein or other protein sources that suit you. But yeah, when you start avoiding foods that might be high in protein, as long as you've got a good reason, just think about that. 9. Supplement. If you're struggling to get protein in your diet, this is probably one of the easiest things you can do to get more in. Whey protein is probably one of the cheapest sources. It's a great, complete source of protein. It can be mixed with lots of different foods. It can be drank at any time of day. It's really convenient. Whey protein is another one. You've got casein. It's a good slow release protein. You could have it night before bed. There's other proteins as well, like pea protein. I know you can make that with macaroni cheese. Maybe not ideal in a low calorie diet. Yeah, then you've got vegan sources such as soy protein and others as well. And yeah, if you are lactose intolerant, there is some proteins that you can get that are actually okay for you. So keep that in mind too. And 10, you're not trying hard enough. I kept this until last because I hope this isn't the reason why. And I hope the previous points I've put out before that they'll help you enough to help you hit your protein target.